Imagine riding a machine so powerful that one mistake, one fraction of a second, could end everything. Imagine leaning into a corner at 300 kilometers per hour, inches from asphalt, the world blurring into streaks of color. And imagine doing this not once, not twice, but every single weekend, for years. Under pressure, under fear, under expectations. This is MotoGP. And at the top of this world, only a few riders have carved their names into eternity. Some ruled with elegance. Some conquered with brute talent. Some changed the sport forever. These 5 riders didn't just race motorcycles. They rewrote the limits of human ability. Today, we unlock the true, untouched, unfiltered stories behind the top 5 MotoGP icons of all time. How they rose, how they fell, how they became legends, and how each of them shaped the destiny of modern motorcycle racing. Welcome to the career documentary of MotoGP's greatest icons. Strap in. This ride is about to begin. 1. Valentino Rossi, the doctor who cured MotoGP. If MotoGP had a heartbeat for more than 2 decades, it was Valentino Rossi. The doctor wasn't just a racer, he was an era. His story began in 2000, but his legend started much earlier, when he won in 125cc, 250cc, 500cc, as if it were nothing more than a playground challenge. Rossi didn't just race motorcycles. He entertained millions with his charisma, rivalries, and unforgettable celebrations. His battles with Biaggi, Gibernau, and later Lorenzo turned MotoGP into primetime theater. But what made Rossi immortal wasn't just his 9 world titles. It was his ability to evolve, switching teams, beating younger riders, and still delivering masterclass performances deep into his late 30s. His moves were smooth, calculated, and artistic. He turned overtaking into a form of poetry. Fans didn't just watch Rossi. They followed him like a religion, from yellow flags to stadium roars that shook the paddock. Even when he stopped winning titles, Rossi continued to inspire generations, proving that passion is more powerful than age. The doctor didn't retire. He simply left MotoGP with a heartbeat stronger than he found it. 2. Marc Marquez, the alien who bent physics. Marc Marquez arrived in MotoGP like a lightning strike, sudden, shocking, and impossible to ignore. At 20 years old, he became the youngest MotoGP champion in history. And he didn't stop there. Marquez perfected a style no one had ever seen before. Elbow scraping the track, body leaning at impossible angles, controlling slides that should have ended in disaster. Riders raced motorcycles. Marquez wrestled them, tamed them, and unleashed them with fearless aggression. His 2014 season remains one of the most dominant in history, winning 10 races in a row, humiliating even the most seasoned rivals. He made the impossible look routine, but greatness always comes with a price. Injuries, crashes, and the infamous 2020 arm break threatened to end everything. Yet the terrifying part? Even with limited mobility and constant pain, Marc still fought like a warrior, overtaking people who were healthier, faster, and younger. Marquez's story is not just about victories, it's about resilience. He isn't just a MotoGP icon. He's a reminder that true champions are forged not only in triumph, but in suffering. 3. Jorge Lorenzo, the perfect rider. Smooth, precise, elegant. Jorge Lorenzo didn't dominate MotoGP through chaos or aggression. He conquered it with perfection. Every lap he rode looked like it came from a computer simulation. Flawless lean angles, surgical corner entries, and unmatched consistency. When Lorenzo locked into his rhythm, his famous Lorenzo land, he became untouchable. Riders behind him couldn't catch him, couldn't pressure him, couldn't force a mistake. His 2010, 2012, and 2015 world titles came from pure mastery. He took Yamaha's M1 and made it sing through the corners. But Lorenzo's career wasn't smooth behind the scenes. His rivalry with Valentino Rossi divided fans worldwide, turning the Yamaha garage into a battlefield of cold tension. Their fight for supremacy became one of the most iconic MotoGP storylines of all time. Lorenzo later battled injuries and struggled with Ducati's brutal power and Honda's demanding style. But even when results dipped, the world remembered him as the rider with the cleanest technique MotoGP has ever witnessed. Not wild like Marquez, Not theatrical like Rossi. Lorenzo was the surgeon, operating with precision at 300 kilometers per hour. 4. Dani Pedrosa, the silent samurai. Dani Pedrosa never needed to shout, boast, or fight for attention. His riding spoke louder than any words. Small in size, but giant in skill, Pedrosa possessed the smoothest throttle control and gentle cornering technique MotoGP ever witnessed. His bike seemed to glide rather than roar. Pedrosa's career is a bittersweet masterpiece. Despite being one of the fastest riders in history, he never won a premier-class world title. Why? Injuries. Endless, painful, career-shaping injuries. Broken bones, fractures, surgeries. Pedrosa lived through constant physical suffering, yet always returned stronger, quieter, and faster. He fought legends: Rossi, Lorenzo, Stoner, Marquez. He beat all of them at some point. He won 31 premier-class races and finished runner-up multiple. But fate never gave him the final crown. And still, Pedrosa became a fan favorite, respected deeply for his humility, skill, and warrior spirit. Their rise, fall, pain, and glory. Behind the helmets lie stories of pain that the cameras never fully captured. Rossi fought loneliness during title droughts. Lorenzo battled fear after heavy crashes that nearly ended his career. Marquez suffered injuries so severe he couldn't lift a glass of water. Pedrosa's life was a cycle of recovery, race, injury, repeat, yet he never complained. Casey Stoner quietly endured an illness that drained his energy daily, forcing him to skip races and eventually retire early. But within all this pain came glory. Rossi's historic wins at Mugello, Marquez's last corner miracles, Lorenzo's perfect laps, Pedrosa's comeback victories, Stoner's dominance on machinery others couldn't control. Their stories weren't written in comfort. They were carved in blood, titanium plates, and broken bones. They rose. They fell. They rose again. That's what made them icons. Not their trophies, not their statistics, but their humanity, expressed at 350 kilometers per hour. MotoGP is not a sport for the brave. It is a sport for the fearless. Legacy: why these 5 names will live forever. Rossi taught us joy. Marquez taught us fearlessness. Lorenzo taught us perfection. Pedrosa taught us humility. Stoner taught us purity. Their careers represent the 5 pillars of MotoGP excellence. They didn't just compete. They created eras. Each inspired millions to ride, dream, and chase the impossible. Their numbers, 46, 93, 99, 26, 27, will echo in MotoGP culture for lifetimes. Even as new champions rise, fans compare them to these giants. Is he the new Rossi? Can he dominate like Marquez? Can anyone match Lorenzo's smoothness? These questions proved something powerful. Legends become the measuring stick for the future. Their helmets rest in museums. Their race lines exist in textbooks. Their spirit lives in every new rider who dares to enter MotoGP. Icons don't retire. They transform into the soul of the sport. Final chapter. The story of MotoGP cannot be told without these 5 names. From Rossi's golden age to Marquez's violent brilliance, from Lorenzo's precision to Pedrosa's quiet mastery, from Stoner's raw talent to the rivalries that shaped a decade. These riders aren't just athletes. They are characters in one of the greatest sporting sagas ever written. They rode like warriors, suffered like martyrs, and inspired legends. Their victories thrilled us. Their crashes terrified us. Their comebacks reminded us why we love the sport. They risked everything so millions could feel the thrill of victory through them. And today, as we revisit their careers, one truth becomes clear. MotoGP is not about motorcycles. It's about humans pushing themselves beyond human limits. These 5 icons didn't just define an era, they created a universe. A universe powered by bravery, fueled by passion, and remembered forever. Your turn to ride with us. If this journey through the world of MotoGP legends thrilled you, then don't stop here. Hit the like button so more people can discover these icons. Subscribe to join us on future rides through motorsport history. And tell us in the comments, which MotoGP legend is your favorite and why? Whether you admire Rossi's charisma, Marquez's madness, Lorenzo's precision, Pedrosa's calm, or Stoner's natural genius, your voice keeps this incredible community alive. This is more than a documentary. This is a tribute to the gods of speed. And the ride has only just begun.